Hi everyone, Namaste. So now we are going to discuss the topic of future tense. As we know already, in future tense also we have four tenses. Among that, the first one is simple future. So what is simple future? Which is very simple. That means which indicates the next movement actions or the future actions related to all the future works. Whatever you are going to do the next moment, it might be tomorrow, day after tomorrow, later, next year, later time. So whatever the action is going to be done in the next moment or all the future actions indicated through simple future. Then what would be the sentence structure for the simple future? So every sentence it has the proper structure. In that, the simple future structure is subject plus helping verb will or shall plus V1 plus object plus complementary. This is a positive structure. And the negative structure is subject plus helping verb will or shall plus not plus V1 plus object plus complementary. This is a negative structure. And whenever you wanted to frame a question in simple future, you can start a sentence through WH word or directly you can start with the helping verb. So you can ask a question through WH word like when, what, where, how many, or else you can start a question directly through helping verb and subject plus V1 plus object plus complementary along with the question mark. As it is a question, it has to be represented through question mark. And as we are having two helping verbs, will and shall, as we have two helping verbs, if the subject is I or we, that means we can consider as a first person. It might be a singular or plural. If the subject is first person, we should use shall. And for other subjects like second person and third person, we should use will helping verb. But generally, whenever we write a negative sentence, will not or shall not we can write, but shortly we can write will not as won't, shall not as shan't. Will not as won't and shall not as shan't. And one more, there is a possibility of correction. Whenever you write a sentence with you, generally the helping verb is will, but you can write sometimes you shall also. So what is the meaning of you shall? Suppose there is my superior, there is an elder, but I wanted to command something to him. Whenever you wanted to command someone who is elder or senior or superior, you can use shall instead of must. Of course, must also an order word, but it is in informal way. You must do this work means it is an order. But whenever you say you shall do this work, it is a command. Command is nothing but a formal order. It is nothing but a formal order. So this is a word which we generally use for the corrections. Okay. And now just there is an example here related to the simple future. We shall attend the party is a positive sentence. As the subject is we, I have used shall helping verb. And the same sentence, whenever I write as a negative, as per the structure, it should be added not. That's the reason we shan't. Of course, you can write shall not also, but as I mentioned, shall not is considered as shan't in the short form. So, we shan't attend the party is a negative sentence. And whenever you ask a question, shall we attend the party, along with question mark is mandatory. And of course, you can ask the question through a WH word also. Why shall we attend the party? Why shall we attend the party? That is also can be considered, because a question can be formed through helping verb or WH word, but it should be followed particular structure. And this is all okay. The definition, structure, and the rules and regulations, how to use and what to use, okay. But how to identify in the examination? While writing the examination, how to identify? as we discussed already, the adverb of time is mandatory to identify the tense. Then what are the adverb of time words to indicate the simple future? Means next, later, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, and all the future indicating words like the next year, 2027, 2000, 3035. So whatever the word indicating related to the future, all representing the simple future. And here, if you consider this later word, I have kept a star mark. Why? Means later always indicating the future time, where after indicating the past time. This is useful in the corrections again. How? Suppose I have completed my graduation after my intermediate. Both are the works completed. After indicating past after. But when it comes to the later, I'll complete dinner, later my lunch, tomorrow. So later indicating future and after indicating the past time. And how do you get the examination questions generally? So there are two possibilities. One is in the form of correction and another one is in the form of fill in the blanks. So in the form of fill in the blanks, if you get, they'll give the question in this way and they'll give 4 options, A, B, C, D. And sometimes might be none of the above, that is as 5th option also there is a possibility. So whenever you get the sentence as like this, you need to identify the first adverb of time word. Here next year is mentioned. So next indicating the simple future. That's the reason the answer will be they will visit. Why? It is the next is the adverb of time word for the simple future and the structure is will or shall plus V1 form. Verb must be in the first form only. Suppose if you get the question in this form, how can you identify the correction? See, already I have circled here this later. Later indicating the future action. But here the word is given in the simple present because this is only V1 is given. That's the reason this will be the wrong and the answer will be Radha Krishna will come to class later. This will be the answer and this is purely about the simple future. Thank you all. Thank you everyone.